Picture this. Who Framed Roger Rabbit gets drunk in a back alley with Chinatown. They summon Cthulhu, and the whole thing is directed by the guy who saved James Bond. Twice. This is Cast a Deadly Spell, and folks, this movie broke me. It's an HBO original from 1991, back when HBO original meant Wild West of television. It's a film where magic is as common as a cell phone. Zombies are construction workers, and the fate of the world hinges on, well, let's just say it hinges on a plot point so disturbingly 1991 that I'm legally required to cringe just thinking about it. And we are going to talk about the ending, and yeah, we have to. Because there is a specific plot twist in the final act that saves the world. But it does in a way that feels illegal. It's the elephant in the room, and trust me, it's a big, uncomfortable elephant. I'm Wes from Atomic Cult Media, and today we're unearthing a time capsule. Let's cast some spells. We open in Los Angeles, 1948, but not the LA you know. In this timeline, magic is real. It's a commodity, it's mundane. This is actually the movie's strongest hook. Usually in fantasy movies, magic is this sacred, mystical thing. Here, it's tech. It's utilities. People use magic to light cigarettes. They use it to fix cars. It's the internet before the internet. But our hero, his name is Phillip Lovecraft. Yes, really. He's played by the late, great Fred Ward. You know him, you love him, he's the guy that brings the grit. He is playing Lovecraft not as a xenophobic writer from Providence, but as a hard-boiled private eye who refuses to use magic. He's a Luddite. In a world of iPhones, he's the guy using the rotary phone because it has soul. I love this setup. It's the classic underdog trope. Everyone else is cheating with mana, and he's just using street smarts and brass knuckles. So Lovecraft gets hired by a wealthy weirdo named Amos Hackshaw. He's played by David Warner. If you're a 90s kid, you know him as the Secret of the Ooze guy. If you're a film buff, you know he's a legend. Hackshaw wants Lovecraft to find a stolen book. And not just any book, the Necronomicon. Because of course it is. Fun fact about the production here. This movie was produced by Gail Ann Hurd. You might know her from her little indie projects like The Terminator and Aliens. And the director, Martin Campbell. The man who would go on to direct GoldenEye and Casino Royale. You can see the DNA here. The camera work is way better than any TV movie has any right to be. It's moody, it's slick. Hackshaw claims the book was stolen by his former chauffeur. But here's the kicker. Hackshaw has a daughter named Olivia. She's 16, she hunts unicorns. The movie makes a specific point to tell us that, according to lore, unicorns can only be approached by virgins. Do me a favor, remember this. Put a pin in this. Tattoo it on your forehead. This unicorn virgin rule is the Chekhov's gun of the entire film. It seems like a throwaway fantasy gag right now, but trust me, the way this pays off later is unique. So Lovecraft takes the job. He heads out into the neon-soaked night to find the thief. He ends up at the Dunwich nightclub. Subtle movie, very subtle. And who do we find on stage? Julianne Moore, a young Julianne Moore. She's playing Connie Stone, the femme fatale. She's great here. She's got the smoky, dangerous vibe down pat. She's currently dating the movie's secondary villain, Harry Borden. And Harry Borden is played by Clancy Brown. I will watch Clancy Brown in anything. SpongeBob, Highlander, Shawshank. The man is a national treasure. Here he's playing Lovecraft's corrupt ex-partner who embraces magic to run the mob. This leads to a really interesting world-building moment. We see Borden's club is staffed by zombies. The movie drops this line that zombies are cheap labor from the West Indies. Cheaper than hiring real people. It's this incredibly dark, biting social commentary on exploitation and capitalism. And then the movie just kind of uses them for slapstick. This is tone whiplash number one. We go from slavery metaphor to zombie drops a tray, wah wah trumpet sound in about 10 seconds. This is what I mean about the tone being all over the place. It's like the movie can't decide if it wants to be Chinatown or Scooby-Doo. Lovecraft tracks down the thief, a guy named Mickey Lockstetter, but Borden got there first. Mickey is dead. Lovecraft then finds Mickey's lover, Lily, and here's where the movie gets surprisingly progressive. Maybe? Lily is trans. The movie handles it with the typical 1991 clumsiness, but she's not the villain, she's a victim. She stole the book to get money for her transition, magic surgery. But before Lovecraft can get the book from her, a gargoyle attacks. This isn't some CGI floaty thing. This is a guy in a rubber suit, and it looks awesome. It rips Lily to shreds. And when I say shreds, I mean shreds. This is an HBO movie. They remember they can show blood. One minute we're doing detective banter, the next minute someone is being turned into confetti. It's violent, and it would have been X-rated if this was in theaters instead of cable. So now the bad guys have the book. Borden wants to use it, Hackshaw wants to use it, everyone wants to summon the old ones to get infinite power. And here is where the open loop from the beginning starts to tighten up. To summon the old ones, you need to sacrifice. Specifically, the sacrifice of a pure vessel. Hackshaw has been keeping his daughter locked in a gilded cage, ensuring she stays a pure virgin, solely so he can feed her to a tentacle monster. Father of the Year award. Folks, we're approaching the climax, the moment where the movie decides to solve its plot with that twist I warned you about. We're about to get to the great old ones, but first I need you to summon the algorithm. Smash that like button harder than a gargoyle smashing through drywall. Subscribe to the channel or I'll send a curse that makes all your coffee taste like decaf. Alright, we're at the finish line, Act 3. If you want to experience the sheer insanity of this ending yourself, go watch the movie now. It's on HBO Max. I'm about to spoil the ending, the twist, and the elephant in the room, so you've been warned. Okay, the climax. Borden, Connie, Hackshaw are all at the ritual site. They have the Necronomicon. They have Olivia, the virgin sacrifice. Lovecraft shows up to stop them, but he's too late. The chanting starts, the sky tears open, and out comes Yog-Sothoth, or Cthulhu, or a generic H.P. Lovecraft beastie. The creature design is actually fantastic. It's big, it's practical, it's slimy. It looks like it walked right off the set of The Thing. But wait, it's a double cross! Connie shoots Borden. She kills Clancy Brown. Then Hackshaw's zombie bodyguard crushes her hand. It's chaos! Bodies are dropping. Hackshaw steps up. He offers his daughter to the beast. Take her, give me power. The monster leans down, it sniffs Olivia, it looks at her. And then it looks at Hackshaw. It looks kind of confused. The monster eats Hackshaw instead. It drags him back to hell and vanishes. The world is saved. Why? Why did the ritual fail? Lovecraft walks up to a shaken Olivia, the police detective who was assigned to guard her earlier in the film. The detective looks sheepish. Olivia looks, well, she looks like she knows something. Lovecraft realizes the ritual required a virgin. The ritual failed because Olivia is no longer a virgin, because she slept with the cop who was guarding her a few days ago. Yeah, the world was saved because the 16-year-old girl had sex with the adult police officer guarding her. Statutory rape saved the world. So let's unpack this a little bit. This is meant to be a dark comedy twist. It's a subversion of the pure maiden trope. In 1991, the writers were probably high-fiving each other. Ha! The purity myth is bullshit. Her sexual agency saved her. And on one hand, sure, I get the intent. The movie is cynical. It's noir. Noir is all about the loss of innocence. The idea that purity is a commodity traded by evil men, and that losing that purity is actually a form of liberation. It fits the genre. On the other hand, yikes. It's framed as a joke. Oops, she's not a virgin. Sorry, Dad. The fact that it's with a police officer guarding her adds this layer of abuse of power that the movie just glosses over. It's treated as a consensual oopsie. And this is the Wild West of cable TV I was talking about. They were throwing everything at the wall. They wanted to be edgy. They wanted to be adult. And sometimes when you swing for the fences, you accidentally hit a ball through a window into a nursery. In the aftermath, Connie gets arrested for murder. She and Lovecraft share a final kiss, a tragic noir ending. Lovecraft takes the Necronomicon. He doesn't destroy it. He doesn't use it. He just puts it away, and then he walks off into the rainy night. So what do we make of Cast a Deadly Spell? It is a mess, but it is a fascinating mess. It doesn't reach the heights of other Lovecraft or Lovecraft adjacent movies like In the Mouth of Madness or Reanimator. It's not as cohesive as Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I would say the worst thing is the tone. It cannot pick a lane. The slapstick gags with the gremlins undermine the horror. The horror undermines the detective mystery. And that ending, well, it's a conversation starter. I'll give it that. I would say the best thing is the ambition. The world building is top tier. I love the idea of magic as this mundane utility. I love Fred Ward as this non-magical detective. The cast, Ward, Moore, Brown, Warner, they elevate this material way above what it deserves to be. I'm giving Cast a Deadly Spell 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's not bad, it's just weird. It's a time capsule. It's a forgotten little late 80s, early 90s experiment that I am genuinely glad I discovered. It's worth watching once, just to say you did. Just maybe prepare yourself for that ending. Now I want to hear from you. Is the virginity twist a brilliant subversion of fantasy tropes, or is it just gross 90s edginess? And what's your favorite weird noir movie? Let me know down in the comments below. Oh, and one last thing. Believe it or not, this movie actually spawned a sequel in 1994 called Witch Hunt. It's directed by Paul Schrader, and it replaces Fred Ward with, wait for it, Dennis Hopper. If this movie gets enough traction, let's say 50 likes, I will subject myself to that madness and review it for you. So if you want to see Dennis Hopper fighting magic Nazis, you know what to do. I'm Wes from Atomic Cult Media. Keep watching the skies and maybe keep your Grim Wars locked up. See ya.